All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go! 8 reads. Now!
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up.
Please, Griff.
This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Bravo!
Check.
Ready?
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Jaguars.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Go! 5. Hurry up.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. He's going to go for a big play now. That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Ready.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go!
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
50, plant. Hey!
On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And Gay knocks this one through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Let's go. Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
6 guys. 6. Pull it. Half.
Here's Miles Sanders, the rookie second-rounder from Penn State. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey, switch gears. Switch gears. Go. Banjo. 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 Banjo.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Go. Now.
They'll run here with Mack. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They'll run it with Mack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And yet again, nowhere to run. This time maybe we'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and now it's 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Check. 57, come on. 50.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
57, Mike 57. Hey, here I come.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
6-0 our score after one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, box truck. Hey, let's go. Big grip.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Hey. Ready?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Minshew. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Credit the sack to Vita Vea.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Minshew sets to throw. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
57, Mike 57. Watch the screen. 57's the Mike. Watch 57.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch the curl. Mike's 57. 57's Mike. Too late. Go. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. There you go.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray being chased out left. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
He's mine.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Go.
Murray now on 1st down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. This one complete to Gresham. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized. Caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
He's coming. Double up. He's gone. Go.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
It's out of time. Hey, Mike's 50. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field. Mike's 50. Go.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The 305-pound defensive end, Jarrell Casey, gets the sack. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Returning, it's Benjamin. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready up.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Go.
On 2nd down now, it's Mack. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Down. 8 read. 53.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 50. Oh.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Murray now, 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down.
Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball. Hey.
Murray now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney Mercilus, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Murray going to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Set, ready? 60 or. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Kill. Rock it. Yeah, get it.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hey, orbit.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
A 12-yard gain on the play.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
53. Hey, Charlie. 53.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Thomas Morstead now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
We got this.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
You got 3 down.
Delta. 57. Hey. 57 to Mike. Tackles.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man, there to knock it away that time.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Go. Mike 57.
Pick me up. Here we go. 57's the mic. Rock 57. Time to go.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Ready, ready. 60 outlaw.
Let's go, Abby.
Snap.
What you got, Abby?
They'll run on first down. Mack bulldozes past him, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
That's what I do. Shit.
Yep.
On the ground, it's Thompson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Coming after you.
Go.
That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line.
First down.
Go now.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be certain. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Marlon Mack, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Go, go.
Slant. Watch the slant.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Good there.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
Let's go. 90, Wolf.
Watch the run. It's shots, baby. That's a baby shot.
Go.
On first down, Thompson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now a carry from Mack. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Let's go.
On second and 11 now. Minshew, and it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Minshew. And that is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Gay's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
The Texans take over first and 10.
We gonna work.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10.
Go, go. That's it. No. You.
They start on the ground here. It's Sanders. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. From the 30 on second down, Murray. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Yeah, this will get him all the way inside of Jacksonville's 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check, go. Check, hot route. Hot. Tight dog. He's crashing.
They'll run with Sanders. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Miles Sanders with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans get a bit closer.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Come on,
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Go.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the rookie from Florida. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the whip.
Another run with Sanders. And here he'll get it down to the 7th. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Check 24, check 24. Shift, watch the shift. Watch out. Yo, some motion.
They'll try to run with Hines. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Nyheim Hines, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Double dog. That's the way.
Now. Ready.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. On 2nd down, Minshew toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Trying to get that one to his running back, Marlon Mack. And it's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Check 31, check 31. Same on. Check 24. Check nickel.
Now a quick pass to Richardson. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A big spot now for the rookie Murray. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
And that absolutely cannot happen. Just a gain of a yard in this situation, you've got to get chunks of yardage. Otherwise, the defense, very happy with what you're doing.
Here we go. Set. This road. All you get is a hammer. All you get is a hammer. Anyway. Ball drive. 50, 57 to Mike. Wildfield.
To throw is Murray. And able to find Kirk complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. A whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
Complete. Richardson has it. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 23 yards the pickup there.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
50 seconds. Mike, 50 seconds. 50 seconds. Watch the screen. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill. Jump to left, right.
They'll go again with Sanders. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. And the Jags, Charles, I think they're on the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
Check, check. Fresh now. Fresh. Screen. Edge here. Drop. 50, Mike, 50. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So on comes the kicker, Dustin Hopkins, in a big spot.
A 32-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
57. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come on. He don't want it. 57.
Back to the air on second down. It's Murray. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it, because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses, because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
57 to Mike. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. 57. 57.
Murray now on 1st down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and it's 2nd down. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught by Kirk. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
A gain of 15 yards.
This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive.
No. He's checking.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, it's Hines. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 19-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody to run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good. Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable game.
Check one.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and it'll bring up third down.
Keep it up. Hey, watch the motion.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
On the ready. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Okay. Screen. Watch the screen. Check three.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a fourth down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up, because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On second and 9, Minshew complete. It's Henry. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Minshew sets to throw. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on second and 8. Here's second and 8. And his throw here's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's third down.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got to bracket it out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Minshew throwing on third down. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. Partner, great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad being pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more pesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, I'ma make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more.